Another virtue that both propagate is that the present is meant to be enjoyed to the fullest. It is no use fretting about the past, for it cannot be undone or overturned, and no use pondering too much about the future, for it remains unseen. The day being thought about may never dawn on you. The findings of modern research support the view that the evolution of primitive men and its culture should be regarded as unity. Yet this unity is exceedingly complex, and future research will doubtless enable us to make finer distinctions between the periods that people composed it. Northcote Parkinson, a British writer, formulated Parkinson's rule: work expands to fill the time allotted to it, or, conversely, the amount of work completed is in inverse proportion to the number of people employed. Simply said, if you have an hour to do a 5-minute job, it will take an hour to do it. During the Archean, methane droplets in the air shrouded the young Earth in a global haze. There was no oxygen gas on Earth. Oxygen was only in compounds such as water. Complex chemical reactions in the young oceans transformed carbon-containing molecules into simple, living cells that did not need oxygen to live. The idea of self-disseminating vaccines has floated through epidemiological circles for decades, conceived mainly as a tool for protecting the health of wildlife. But evolutionary biologists have refreshed the proposal with evidence from their own modeling and other experimental work. If a single medical objective could be applied to the entire range of cancers, it would be detecting the disease as soon as possible. At the highest level, finding any cancer early gives you the opportunity for curative treatments, says the CEO of the research funding organization. Shinrin yoku is now standard practice in Japan, with 62 forest bases and trails across the country, each with a particular healing feature. Experts in the forest and healthcare are on hand at many of the bases to help you connect with nature through all 5 of your senses and to make the most of its restorative power. The fine details of how glaciers are linked to volcanic eruptions are unknown, but volcanologists theorize that pressure is key. The idea is that the weight of large ice sheets compresses the crust and mantle below. That closes up channels within the rock through which magma travels towards the surface. The shorter days are a sign to trees to begin to prepare for winter. During winter there is not enough light for photosynthesis to occur, so as the days shorten throughout autumn, the trees begin to close down their food production systems and reduce the amount of chlorophyll in their leaves. Enthusiasm seeks to contribute to a culturally and historically nuanced understanding of how emotions secure and ratify the truth of convictions. More than just pure affective intensity, enthusiasm is about something: certainty, clarity or truth. The racial and identity politics were subtle and complex, but real. and in full operation every day. The target of racial jokes changed erratically, and the cruelty would vary depending on the target's position in the coolness hierarchy at school. Emerald is defined by its green color. To be an emerald, a specimen must have a distinctly green color that falls in the range from bluish-green to slightly yellowish-green. To be an emerald, the specimen must also have a rich color. Color definition is a source of confusion. A lecture tends to be a one-sided class where you and your fellow students will sit and take notes while a lecturer talks about a specific topic or gives a presentation. This class is information heavy, so taking notes is essential and there may be little time to ask questions. In attempts to understand the very nature of our reality, physicists sure have some mind-bending theories. Like what if information is a tangible and fundamental aspect of physical reality itself, alongside matter and energy? Or, alternatively, what if the information is the fifth state of matter? The Royal Institution is an organization that has been around for 209 years. Many of the people that have worked here have been scientists themselves, including Michael Faraday. He made the discoveries that made generating and using electricity much easier, making it possible for us all to switch on lights, cook for dinner, play games consoles, much more. High-tech prosthetics allow amputees to engage more fully in everyday life, even to compete in sporting events. Researchers have demonstrated how brain activity is used to identify different terrains, level ground and stairs. For example, a key step in developing prosthetics that allow the user's prosthesis to automatically adjust to changing ground conditions in real time. Minerals are important for your body to stay healthy. Your body uses minerals for many different jobs, including keeping your muscles, heart and brain working properly. Minerals are also important for making enzymes and hormones. Most people get the number of minerals they need by eating a wide variety of foods. Kinderman says he thinks the compound could be a win-win for the planet and the animals. The methane is kind of a waste product. And this energy, instead of losing it for the animal, it can be reused for the animal in terms of performance, and at the same time we are doing something for greenhouse gas emission and climate change. Medieval map makers supposedly inscribed the phrase "Here be dragons" on maps showing unknown regions of the world. Unfortunately, apart from an inscription on a globe, this claim is unfounded. Although there were no dragons, and the inscription "Here be dragons" was virtually never used. It's time for this young loggerhead turtle to go to work. We can tether turtles in these little cloth harnesses, put them into this tank and dull swimming place. University of North Carolina biologist Ken Lohman studies sea turtles that are programmed from birth for an extraordinary journey.